Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. Thank you for joining me for this collective reading. Remember that it's general, so please only take what resonates and leave anything that does not feel like it's for you. Okay, so energy that I was picking up on before even pressing record is sort of like feeling like things are falling apart. And then I heard, no, they're actually coming together. But it appears, right? It's a false illusion that's making you feel like you're losing everything, but it's actually bringing things into alignment for you. So let's go ahead and see what that is. First one out, we have 𝘗𝘪𝑚. I'm hearing setting you free. We have Angel of Love. I was having a feeling this had to do with the heart space. Yeah, and then we have all tied up. Whatever's falling apart for you was holding you back, okay? It was holding you back in some aspect. Setting you free. I feel like there was restriction on how you were able to express yourself, on how you're able to feel, specifically when it comes to expression. Safety is what I'm hearing. So safety, you were having, okay, I'm going to say this is like a connection with a person, like feeling safe in expressing yourself freely, and a restriction in regards to that. Even if it's just like a subconscious thing where you feel like you got to walk on eggshells, and that in itself is holding you back and making you doubt yourself is what I'm getting. Support. Ask for help. Get more. I was reading get more real. That's not what it says at all. It says get more rest and nurture yourself. Also, by the way, my nail, yeah. I broke it because I'm super clumsy. So don't make fun of it. Patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. It's like the unknown. I'm going to say this resonates because I'm having a flash to this morning where, right, mornings for contemplation as you're driving around, I was contemplating, and I got this sense of needing to be patient and needing to find a sense, as best I can, a sense of peace with where I'm at. And I'm getting that for you too. Like that's which, I guess if you could say, what lesson are you on in the present moment? It's about being at peace with where you're at, knowing and trusting that what's for you is on its way. There's no way you can miss it. There's no way it can miss you. So don't ever feel like, what if I don't find? Now this kind of feels like it's veering off of like a person, a relationship. So this could resonate for differently, right? Because I'm feeling like this is like I'm having to let something go, but I'm unsure if I'll ever be able to find something to either replace it or fill what feels like a space, a void. Look, I completely ignored this one right here. This is support, ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. In regards to all tied up, it's like you're being set free. Although you're not, when things happen in our life, specifically, I feel like I'm speaking specifically to whoever this is in regards to your heart, in regards to love, like what you feel like is falling away is actually setting you free. And I know it doesn't feel that way because it actually feels very heavy and lonely. But there was a restriction in that energy. In the way that you connected with this person, there was something that, I don't know, I just keep feeling like you're restricted in. And then I keep on feeling that feeling like, oh, I gotta like, you know, like eggshells. Like you gotta overthink shit. You can't just flow. You gotta like think it through before, you know, you interact with this person, because it may this, or this, fill in the blank. But that's not for you. That's not for you. That's holding you back. And I know that it feels like it's something that was definitely dear to your heart. And then, like I said, then we get back to this energy right here of feeling like, what if nothing else comes along? What if that was the person for me? What if I never find anybody that makes me feel this, or this? But this is not for you. That person may have made you feel beautiful things at one point, but at the end of the day, this is where you were. Or that's where you ended up somehow in feeling that way. And this is about setting you free from that, because there's more for you than to feel that way. Like, come on now. This is about trusting that you know you've already put out what it is that you want to the universe, and the universe knows that. So if the person that you were currently dealing with or were dealing with isn't matching what it is that what you seek, then those things, in order to give you and create the space, because how are you going to find the real person that's going to connect with you in that way if you're with Mr. Eggshells over here? Sorry. Yeah, it's clearing the space. It's clearing the space and finding a sense of peace within yourself. Undoing that sense of restriction, because these are opposite energies. This is restriction, this is flow, opening it up. So undoing whatever made you feel like you had to like, and it almost even feels like maybe it's not even when it comes to discussions. It may just be like having to like dim your light, like dim your, oh my God, you know what this is giving me a flashback to? Ew, and I don't even like to get into. Okay, so the last relationship that I was in was long distance. I was teaching at the time, and the person who I was with loved to complain about how much they worked, right? And so when I had like my teacher vacations, my weekends, my summer, I couldn't be like, I remember like he would call and I would answer and be like, oh, like he's going to be so bothered because whatever. Like I just knew that me living my fucking life and just having the ability to relax was going to trigger the fuck out of him. And which is, I'm embarrassed to say that right now that I actually put up with that shit. But I was in love, right? That's why they say it's blind. And I was blind as fuck. But that's sort of what it feels like, is I didn't realize it in the beginning because it wasn't in the beginning. In the beginning, he wasn't like that, right? And then so eventually he starts to show his true self. And eventually it came to the point where everything, essentially me being happy and giddy and childish and jokey, which is my nature when I'm in my highest vibe, right? That's my nature. Why be so serious? It's just to have fun, you know, and be free and playful. And that would trigger the shit out of him because he was over here stressing about serious things. How are you going to be over there joking around and just like resting, sitting in your pool and having yourself a drink? Like, how dare you, while I'm over here stressing about all this work I got to do and all these responsibilities. I don't know what to tell you, right? Okay. That, when that relationship ended, well, it ended horribly. So I was never like, I was never at a point where I was just like, I'm longing for that relationship to be back again. I was instantly done with it at that moment when it ended. But obviously there's those feelings. There's those feelings that end up coming up. And being in that place where you're just like, what if? And it kind of like puts you in a place of not being able to surrender and trust that it was for a bigger purpose. I see it clearly now, right? But that's after the fact. I've had lots of time and lots of healing and lots of reflection to be able to see that that was a fucking blessing. That was such a blessing of the universe to take that out of my life. Because imagine somebody just dimming my light every single fucking day. Like, I would have been back to just being a little shadow. No, we're not doing that. And I feel that for you, okay? You need to be free in the sense of being able to be yourself, and the person who you're with not be fucking triggered by that. The person who you're with should be able to embrace that and love that and play on that, play back with when that's right. Look, freedom. Stop it. That's literally what I've been saying. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom and claim your motherfucking independence. It doesn't say that. I just threw that in. But because this is the energy. This is everything right now. Like setting yourself free and just allowing yourself to be you. No dimming your light. No, none of that. And the universe will align you with somebody who just embraces that and loves that shit out of you. Loves your quirkiness, loves your silliness, loves that you don't take things so seriously, loves that you're more lighthearted. And instead of like looking at you like, how dare you be in all your light while I'm over here in my doom and gloom darkness. No, that's not for you, okay? This is what's for you. Somebody who allows you to be free and is free with you. All right, let's get some tarot. I hope this is resonating. Please don't forget to like let me know if it is, and also like the video, right? All right, clarify the first energy. 7 of Cups. Next, clarify patience. Hold on. Okay. I heard clouding up your clarity. Why do the messages always like seem to want to come, at least my messages always want to come in like very Dr. Seussy, where they're like the first letter, or they sometimes rhyme, or yeah, but the first letter is always a common thing where they throw words all that start with the same letter. That like, what is that? But I heard clouding up your clarity is how this would affect you. And it sort of gives me like, because you're so in your head about how to, just the simplest of things, and how to interact with this fucking person or the situation if it's not a person, how to interact with it. Like, it's just, you get so in your head about that it causes you to doubt yourself to like such an extensive degree. And that ripples in your life when you're doubting yourself so much in something that your life is very involved in, something in the everyday. That's like something that starts to ripple in everything. You start to doubt yourself in everything. And yeah, that's not for you. It slows down. I'm seeing it slowing down. What are those things? Like those old-timey, is it from Beauty and the Beast? The water, you know how the water wheel, and then I'm seeing it like all of a sudden like rocks being thrown into the little buckets instead of water, and it just like starts to slow down the wheel. It slows down the flow of things when you're having to like, when your mind thinks something, you should feel free to take action on that in that, you know? And I'm getting, it doesn't have to be impulsive, because it kind of felt like, oh, well, that could be seen as impulsive, which may be what was being restricted from you. Like this sense of just like, go with the flow, take action when you feel inclined to say something or do something or whatever, right? And this caused you to start to overthink things which is not, again, not in your nature. I don't think it's in anybody's nature to overthink things, but I think we're just like trained that way, right? To overthink. But let's go ahead and see what else we got. I feel it. I feel it. I feel you. There's still that longing about what you are losing, what you've lost, everything like that you had built up in your mind in as far as like your future. You saw the future and you had plans. And there's a part of you that's still like looking back and being like, I really could have had this. I could have had that. I wanted to experience this. I wanted to experience that in this specific, with this relationship or situation. I wanted it. I wanted to be able to have that, you know, for myself, and I wasn't able to. So there's that. I feel you though. I feel you. And it's going to be okay. Oh my God. The freaking Ten of Swords. Damn. This is heavy energy. Ten of Pentacles. Yes, thank you. The need to be patient because this wasn't for you. And although it does hurt really bad that it's over, that it's ended, that it's caused a lot of damage. I'm seeing like a video game, like damage level 100. It's pretty bad. The vultures are there ready to like get at the scraps of what's left of what used to be. Oh my God, this is giving me yesterday with the half rain, half sun vibe. But it's to lead you to this, okay? It's to lead you to what you want, what you need, what you aspire for, what you desire, what you dreamt for yourself. It's yours. It's already yours. It just wasn't meant to be with this person, okay? And that's something that I again can connect with, because that relationship, I was making plans. We were having plans to be married and have a family and the whole 10 of Pentacles. And so, yeah, there was times at the beginning where, you know, I would stay stuck in that energy of just like, I just lost everything. I just had something that I felt like I've always wanted, and I was just so close to it. I was so close to having that. And now it's gone. It's all gone. It's, for me, I was able to push myself out of that through anger. Anger was like my floaty. Because the sadness, I would have drowned. If it hadn't ended in the dramatic way that it had, that I had anger as my floaty, to guide me out of that. And that's all I had, was anger to float on. And I mean, that's all I can say, to do what you can, because this does feel like heavy energy. At least for me, that's how I was able to let go of, I could have had this, I could have had that, I could have experienced this, I could, you know, like just everything that I had built in my mind, in my hopes, like to watch that just like burn down. There's nothing to go back to. There's nothing there. And that was so hard for me to be at peace with in my mind. It's hard, right? It's like when you lose somebody, there's a grieving process. It doesn't feel real, like they were just there and now they're not, and they'll never be there again. That's what it essentially is. That's what it feels like. It's something that you have to grieve. It's a whole timeline of a whole future that you imagined for yourself that you have to grieve. So take the time to do that and honor that you're allowing yourself to grieve what is no longer, okay? But trusting that whatever floaty you're using to hang on to get you through, that it's going to get you to some dry land, and eventually things will start to flow back. But it all starts with you finding yourself back. Get back to yourself. because I feel like there's this part of you that lost yourself in this relationship, connection, or situation. If it's not, you know, if it's not that, then whatever it is for you. Yeah, because you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. It just wasn't. It wasn't over there. It's over here. So just gotta keep moving over here. Okay. I just saw 2020. What does the collective need to know? Just give me some guidance for the collective. Guidance or advice. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Empress. There may, oh yeah, you're gonna be just fine. It's about this. I immediately got like the need to protect and defend. So just sort of like your Empress energy, your femininity, to keep building on that, nurturing into that. Okay. I feel like you are. I feel like you are doing whatever you can to transform and then make the best out of the situation and see whatever glimpses of hope that you can and grasp onto that. Yeah, I see it like that because of somebody in a pool. You know how there's also those little arm floaties? How I saw myself in an actual big floaty, I see you like grasping for like those little arm floaties, not having a tube. You don't have a tube. You're just like grasping for those floaties and there's a bunch of them floating. So whatever like little breaths of fresh air that you can get, little relief from the heaviness that you're feeling, I feel like you're doing that. And it's important to keep protecting that, to not let anybody interfere with the healing that you're doing, okay? Why? Because it is going to bring you what you want. And yeah, like I was getting throughout the whole reading that I feel like this is about a person, this is about a connection. So if that resonates with you, please let me know. But obviously, like I said, it can be something else involving the heart, right? But take it however. This is about feeling balance. This is about having healing for sure, reciprocation, mutual, light meeting light, love meeting love, equally pouring into each other. So yeah, it's what I felt from the very beginning. Remember, what did I say in the beginning? Something about it coming apart, but it's actually coming together. That's what's happening for you. Something's actually coming together for you. We have card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. That's the vibe that I was getting. Just being free. Like all of this energy, just be free. Be wild. Be yourself. Be silly. Don't take things too seriously. Card number 36, Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. For that longing, that feeling of perhaps you're never going to be able to meet anybody who will make you feel, allow you to heal, like be sensitive with you. Card 44, Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Yes. You're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine because you're such a powerful, I was going to say little creature. Sorry, no offense, but you're such a powerful human. Yeah. I feel like you're a lot of things for a lot of people. And it's time for you to be all of that for you. At least momentarily, right? Because a lot of us have a lot of responsibilities, so it's not like you can just be like, fuck everybody. I'm doing me. Trust me, I feel like doing that all the time. I'm just like, when do I get a day off? Never. But yeah, I feel like however you can, give what you would be giving to others to yourself, and just do your own thing, which I feel like is a message that I've been saying often. I'm just like, you gotta do you. Any other messages for the collective before I close off this reading? I heard that when you're longing for love, remember that you are the love. Nobody ever brought the love into the connection with you. If this is about a connection, you were the one who always brought the love. Remember that. So you didn't lose any love. The love was always with you, and it's still there. I felt like Star Wars. The love is always with you. 14, chameleon spirit, act as if. I feel like this is about being, again, with the energy of being at peace. It's not easy. I mean, I hate like when I say it like that and I'm just like, yeah, you just got to do this. And it's just like, oh, okay. Like, bitch, if I could do that, I would have been doing it already. That's probably what you're saying to me. It's baby steps. It's acknowledging in the moment when you're feeling it and when you're capable of it, because you're not always going to be capable of it. But when you are, to pull yourself out of it. To remember who you are and remember that this is for purpose, and remember that the world doesn't end. Everything keeps going. It's how Earth is. It's cycles upon cycles upon cycles, and it doesn't end. And yeah, there's chaos and destruction in the midst of it, because Mother Nature can do what she's got to do to bring shit into balance, right? But in the end, things that were damaged, things that died out, begin to grow again. It's the way of nature. And so I feel like there's a need to, when you're capable of it, put yourself in that space of honoring where you're coming from, honoring where you currently are, being gentle with yourself for anything that you are experiencing, for times that you're not able to get yourself out of it. That's okay. It's part of the process, right? But yeah, that is what I got for you, loves. I really hope that I was able to offer you something. I'm sending you lots of my love, okay? Big hugs to you. Until we vibe again.